We are live. Hey there, everyone. It's Fred Thomas at 80 Bikes doing another quick live stream video on how we come up with the colors for our frames. I did one yesterday and I was using Facebook, but now I'm using a different platform that allows the live streaming to go to Facebook and it goes to YouTube. That's what I'm doing. Right, so in that other video, I was talking about how we choose the colors, and I showed you how we did it for the previous colors, and now, or for the previous models, and so now I'm going to show you how we're doing it for the upcoming models. This is an ADS that I got on eBay, and I got it primarily because of the color. It's a unique color. We're calling it mint green. I think we're calling it that. What are we calling it? Silver mint? Mint silver. That's right. And that's it's a metallic, very light green. And I've never seen it. I hadn't seen it at all before. And so I grabbed the frame and it's heavy. And I sent it down to In Sync Design in New Jersey, where David Stowers, a guru of color matching, sent the frame to his color specialist, and he produced this. I don't know if you can see it. There we go, moving it in the right direction. It's a piece of plastic with an exact replica, or not replica, an exact copy of the color. I guess it's a replica. And the reason we do this is so that when we send, so that when we go to paint, the painter will get the color precisely right. And so we did that process. And so now what model are we going to use it on? The idea is to use the silver mint on a track frame. We've got a champagne model that's already out there. It's called the Bahn, which means track. We are going to develop the next model, or the next version of the original Bahn. It'll be the same thing though, steel. But it will be in the silver mint finish. So here's a diagram. I mean, this gives you an idea of how can I do this. There we go. Maybe there's a way to upload it, but this diagram here gives you an idea of what it takes to develop these frames. So much can go wrong, especially when you're sending it to a manufacturer in Asia. They get your file, they don't really know what you're talking about, and they just do what they think you're talking about. We learned the hard way that what you have to do is make a diagram like this for each size. So we're only doing just one right here, but as you can see, we've shown exactly how large the decal is and how far it is from the center of the bottom bracket, how large this is and where it is exactly. All of this stuff has to be spelled out clearly so that the manufacturer or the painter or whoever it is knows, or the decal producer, so they know exactly where to put things, because you don't want them to make decisions that that they think are right, because they may not be. Anyway, so we also include the color, and we've used the the silver mint color on the diagram. This diagram has the decals in a AI format built into it, and it gets sent to the decal manufacturer who makes the decals He also, this diagram also goes to the builder or the manufacturer, so they know exactly where the decals will go if they have them, if they're doing them. Anyway, that's that's the bond made out of steel. Any questions? Let me know. The other color we're doing is a green. We call it Styria green, and I'll tell you, or I'll show you where we got that from. Here is a steel. It's a Puch. It's an unusual Puch. It's got a great story behind it. We have a customer who, it's a long story, but in the end, the frame sold, but it came back to us. And we decided to keep it because it uses the green that you find in the Puch logo, which is a green, and it's a Puch is a cousin, let's say, of AD, and this green here is pretty. Not only is it pretty accurate to the original green that's in the Puch, it's also pretty distinctive and different in a preferred way. So we did the same thing. We sent the frame down to New Jersey, and Dave Stowers and his team made the color match, and then they produced, there we go. They produced the diagram, same thing, with the exact green, and they produced the decals. And this, again, makes it very clear about where things go. This is our steel gravel frame called the Kais, which means gravel in German. And it's steel, oversized steel, down tube, flat mount disc brakes, and it's being made by Ted Wojcik in New Hampshire. And you know, we're almost there. It's everything goes slowly at AD Bikes, but there's a lot of creativity and a lot of thought that goes into everything. You know, but we get there, and it's exciting. I'm looking forward to having a gravel frame as an offering, and goodness knows gravel is the thing right now. But I thought the green would be a good choice for that. It's also the color that we're going to use for the next generation Ubercross, which is also in development. That's a totally different avenue. The steel frames, we're making them here in the U.S. We just find the builders who want to make frames, and we work with them to develop and produce a frame like a track frame or a gravel frame. But for the Ubercross, which has already been in the market as the Champagne cyclocross offering that we have, you've seen it around. Pat Collins has made it very famous. We have Asher Strauss in North Carolina and Henry bringing the Ubercross to new levels of popularity just by their dedication to the discipline. But when you start making things in Taiwan, especially now, it's a totally different and more complicated thing. It takes longer, and there's more frames involved. We're still going to do it. It's just right now in this environment, it's a little bit more uncertain. But the good news is that Taiwan, our producer there, they're ready to produce it. So as soon as things stabilize and calm down, I think we'll go there. But anyway, that is a short overview of how we choose the colors for the upcoming models. And thanks for watching. And if you got any questions about any of this, reach out to me on all our social media platforms. And I'll be doing more of these. This is a neat sort of a new platform that I've been talking about a lot. And hey, thanks. So I got a thumbs up. This is supposed to be an interactive thing, and you are able to make comments. And I'm not quite sure how how it works, but I know that this is the platform that I'm going to be using, not only for 80 bikes, but for Frame and Wheel, and also for all things bike. We spent 5 years, I think, making episodes in the TV studio with cameras and our great crew, and Brian and Dale and Alex and Steve, and we really spent a lot of time on that. Oh, I got a question from Chris. Red. Yeah, we already have a red. Let's see. Do I have it? I was talking about it yesterday. The red is the burgundy, and I use it, or it's on the Superlach, the model that I ride now, and can't find the chip. Where'd it go? And I can't get to the frame right now either, I don't think, because I've got this mic connected to me. But I don't know. I mean, red is one of the red Superlach is a lovely color, and I think with the steel frames we can do any kind of color you would like. It's complicated. Custom is always complex, but we know what color. We have the color sample, so it's very easy to get the color correct. I think if we want to do custom colors, it's got to be for steel frames. But yes, red is one of the original colors, and we'll always be using it. But hey, thanks, Chris, for asking. You're the first to do that, and that brings me back to the point about all things bike, which was 5 years of bike talk content. But increasingly, so many of our guests were coming from out of state, and they were traveling, and it was it's too far to go for so many people. And this new platform that I'm using right now will allow me to invite guests in my capacity as Fred Thomas at All Things Bike, and have basically the same kind of interview that we were doing on television, except we'll be using Facebook and the interweb, and it'll be a lot more convenient and a lot easier to produce. But it's also such a powerful platform. It allows me to more easily create videos about all the other things that we do with 80 bikes and Frame and Wheel, interactive, and all of that. That's all for now. Hey, thanks for watching, and look out for more videos soon. And I am going to end broadcast. Bye now.